What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. So, in about a 2.5, 3 month period, I've lost 40 pounds. It has been crazy. Let me show you this just so you know that I am not BSing you. This was me not that long ago, guys. Okay. And then this is me. Let's see if I can get this to do this today. All right. This was me before. That's me now. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you how I did this. I'm going to tell you why I did it. So, I was at the worst weight I'd ever been. Okay, I was at those pictures, and my wife filed divorce with me and stuff, and I just restructuring the business and stuff. I think I just went into one of those downward spirals. Okay, but at least for my health wise, maybe not with other stuff, but just for my health wise. So, and man, I have to say, for just getting into my 40s, not being able to walk up the stairs at home, like literally, my knees hurt so bad I had to take like one step at a time. I had a lot of pain in my knees. I had pain in my shoulders. I couldn't do but maybe one or two push-ups just because the pain was so sharp. Um, and I couldn't bend over. So like if I dropped something, I just had to kind of like waddle to like bend over and pick it up and then like straighten myself up. And man, I'm telling you, for being 40 years old, I was in seriously, seriously bad shape. So one of the things that really motivated me was as I started to catch on to what was going on politically with everything and this realization that we might be in a very tough situation economically, and then if anything crashes, economy crashes or anything, I mean, I've got four little kids and I need to be able to be there for them. But so basically I've taken a lot of, and this was for, I don't know, 6 7, probably 7 or 8 years. I've hired a lot of different people, and one of my biggest problems is like when I eat a lot of food and I eat late, and I'm half Italian, so I can crush pizza, rice, those kind of things. I'm half Korean as well, so I can eat a lot of rice and stuff. I want to break this down into a couple things that are simple for you guys and something that you can, use for your own. So really, between November 1st of last year in January 1st, there was about a 2 month period there where I lost 30 pounds. Okay. And really, to be honest, those pounds were lost in about a 20, I'm sorry, not a 20, but like a 34-day period. I marked it on my calendar. It's like a 34-day period. And I was losing like over a pound a day. And here's what I was doing. Okay. I was hunting a lot because it was hunting season. And so I was walking 1 to 3 miles a day through the woods. And then I was eating only one meal a day, kind of like intermittent fasting. And so what that does, guys, is that's just a massive calorie reduction. Okay. So here's some really big things that were important to me before I actually got into that. Okay. So number one, food goes into your body. Your liver is kind of what breaks down the food. And so he said, dude, you're running on a fatty liver and a toxic liver because for the last 10 to 15 years, you've basically poisoned your liver. And so what's happening is your body is producing too much insulin. It can't get rid of this water on your body. And I won't go through the whole details just for timing on the video. I don't want to make this like an hour long, but he goes, dude, the first thing we got to do is get rid of this inflammation in your body. So he put me on glycosamine, was 500 milligrams or 500 mLs or whatever it is of per tablet of, and I did that once a day. And I will say in about 2 weeks, there was a significant difference in my hands and in my knees. I would say about 3 weeks. It took quite a while. Um, so just taking glycosamine, this allowed me to get rid of some water weight, not a lot, and it wasn't really a difference on the scale, but that allowed me to start getting some motion. Okay, so this is one really big thing. So the first thing for me was getting rid of inflammation. The second thing was starting to work on mobility. So one of the biggest things I remember from playing college football is like the mobility within the hips. And so you'll see a lot of people in professional sports when they're adults talk about this, where like the first thing to start tightening up is your hips in your like your back, like that, like where your back connects to your hips, and your like your leg sockets where your legs connect to your hip. And so there's just a lot of different ways. I really won't go through them all here, but there's a lot of ways to stretch that. When I brush my teeth, I put one leg up on the counter, and it's kind of weird because like I'm brushing my teeth with one leg on the counter, standing on one leg. um, And to be honest, when I first started doing this, what I was doing was I was putting my leg up on the bathtub because that's a lower top because I couldn't stretch very well. And to be, I mean, it kind of hurt, like, but after a couple months of doing that on each leg, I'd kind of like brush half my teeth, then switch to the other leg. Okay. I also was doing some different stretches where I would like pull my leg up to my belly, like with my knee, like kind of right here. I'd pull my leg and my knee up, and then I would lean my knee like this. I would lean that up against the counter. And what that was doing was stretching the backside of your joint there. Um, and then like when you lie in bed at night, you can roll on your stomach and kind of like spread your legs out like you're almost like Indian style, but you're like you're on your belly. And then you'll feel that also like stretching your groin. But okay, there's a lot of ways to do stretches. Okay, so I'm not going to go through them all, but those are some of the things that I started doing. And what I have noticed, guys, is I'm telling you, like, my mobility has gone crazy, come crazy back. So anyway, guys, it's been incredible. Now, how I actually lost the weight was, like I said, I went through that 30-day period where I was basically doing intermittent fasting combined with exercise with walking. So that dropped me about 30 pounds. Okay. Now, what I realized is after I stopped, come about February, after I stopped walking, because I was back to kind of eating too much. Like I was still doing intermittent fasting for February, March, April, May, even into June. And I really wasn't losing any weight. I'd lose some weight and gain it back, lose some weight, gain it back. And the same intermittent fasting routine wasn't working for me because I was just eating too many calories with that one or two meals at the end of the day. So then I heard about this carnivore diet from Rogan and Jordan Peterson. A whole bunch of people like live like this, and just a lot of people talk about it. And basically, what carnivore is some of you are going to laugh at this, especially if you're like vegan or something, but like it's basically going back to like a more primitive day of mankind where like typically you would just eat animals. I mean, you weren't really farming, you were just eating animals. And this isn't the whole world. By the way, current people live like this, like Eskimos, and there's other people around the world who still live like this, where they mostly eat animals. And I liked it because I like meat. I like red meat and chicken and any of those kind of things, fish, whatever, hot dog, good sausages or whatever. You can do meatloaf, you can do any kind of chicken wings, and then you can do a little bit of cheese. You can do a lot of eggs, so that's part of an animal. You can do a lot of eggs. You can do a little bit of dairy, like maybe sour cream or something every now and then. You don't want to do a lot of that, but you need a lot of water. You need to add salt to the diet as well. So you're putting like a little bit more salt on the normal. That gives you electrolytes and things like that. And then you might want to supplement with some type of like multivitamin pill just to work on any extra vitamins if you need that. And then, but the big thing is to add butter or ghee or some type of butter into some type of fat into the diet. And that's what helps you go to the bathroom. So a lot of people who've tried this are like, dude, I couldn't do it because of the constipation or whatever. Well, you have to add fat and the concept of this diet is that fat is good. You know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of contradictory to all the things you say, like not you guys, but all the things that like media or FDA or all these people say about low fat, low fat, low fat. But really it's like it should be low carb, low sugar is really what they should be saying. Low fat doesn't mean jack. You can take that for what you will. I'm not a doctor or anything. This is what I was told. And what I want to say is, I don't plan on being on carnivore for a long time, but I've been on it not that long, okay, like a couple weeks, and I've already lost another 10 pounds. So that's where I get, I lost 30 and I lost 10. And really, when you look at those periods when I started losing weight, I mean, it was 34 days and 10 days. So that's like 44 days so far that over that period, I've lost over 40 pounds. You know, you guys, if weight is an issue, you should work on it, because not only is it good for your health, for your longevity and things like that, but your brain clarity will clear up like immensely. So like I really used to struggle, but by the time I got in like 33, I remember distinctly like struggling with like short-term memory loss. So I'd be up speaking somewhere. I mean, man, by the time I got like 33, 34, 35, I was really struggling with it by 35. short-term memory loss and stuff, where I would just like be talking about something, I totally forget what I was about to say. And I get that a little bit now, but not nearly as much. Like it was kind of a worrisome deal. And I used to really, I thought it was sleep. I thought it was those kind of things. No, I'm telling you, like you are poisoning your brain with your, basically your toxic liver is putting way too much, crazy crap into your bloodstream, which is going through your brain, and it begins to hurt things like memory, things like that. So if you fast most of the day, maybe eat 2 meals. I mean, the thing with carnivores, you can eat as much meat as you want. You can eat 5 meals a day. It doesn't matter. You're going to lose weight if you're on this. If you're eating lean meats, it's not going to work. You need to eat like fatty meats. Okay. So, which are really good for your brain. Fat is extremely good for your brain. You get, so I'm constantly in ketosis, which the ketones are like fueling my brain. I'm super sharp. I don't deal with that, that afternoon lag and all those kind of things. I sleep unbelievable. I literally sleep right now, since I started carnivore, is crazy how deep I sleep. And this is how I know, because I wake up in the same exact position as I went to bed. Okay. Like, and I look at my clock, I'm like, holy crap, 7 hours went by and I literally haven't moved. Guys, I haven't had that happen since my 20s. Like literally, I haven't slept that good since my 20s. Carnivore, what it does to your brain, like the, I don't know, nootropics of your brain or whatever, it really helps you sleep. You're in such a deep state of ketosis where like you sleep really well. I don't know how healthy this is long term, because there's not a lot of studies on it. But I can tell you this: if you look what I was eating before and the way I was tearing up my body with food and pizza, and I'm telling you, that wasn't any, that was way worse than what I'm doing now. If you try something like this, or if you're struggling with weight, what I want to tell you is, number one, believe in yourself, pace yourself. Okay. Trust me, it took you a long time to get that big. Okay. That's what I had to tell myself. Like, it takes time. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it taking time to come off. Okay. So don't, you might lose 2 pounds and gain 2 pounds. Well, dude, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get yourself down. If I were to suggest something to you, if you're, especially if you're a man, oh, by the way, it works amazing on women. Women have crazy testimonials. I'll leave a link to a couple guys who talk about it every day, who talk about carnivore. I don't think they sell anything, but they have good channels and they talk about it. But women talk about their menstrual cycle syncs up properly. They get rid of like acne and all kinds of like, yeah, dude, like your skin starts to clear up, which is, I mean, dude, this it's crazy. It is crazy, like how what starts to happen when you go carnivore. And it's because, number one, obviously, it's, to me it's like obvious, like I'm just not eating any crap, right? Like I don't think it's as much like eating the meat as much as it's like I'm not eating the crap. I used to get these like really bad skin tags around my eyes, and then I would have to go get them cut off from the dermatologist and stuff. But I will tell you, since I've been focusing on intermittent fasting, which is keeping me in ketosis, I haven't had any new skin tags since last year, which is crazy. Anyway, guys, believe in yourself, stretch, bend. Just make sure you're keeping that, and keep that in your regiment, but be in it for the long haul, guys, because I'm telling you, you deserve it. Your kids deserve it. Your future deserves it. And if anybody ever needed to rely on you, that you would be much more of an asset having mobility and being able to move. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you soon.